This will be the good life. This is what we live for.
Welcome to 24 Against the Grain podcast. I finally got one of my guys on. He finally pulled up. My guy Cam. We about to chop it up. We want to really get down and talk about the myth, the legend, the king, all of the above. What's going on, man?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm great.
Yeah.
So, man, I got a lot I want to talk about. We just want to kind of get on, just jump into it.
For sure.
So, a lot of people know you by group homes. And
Right.
a lot of people may not know you by group home. So if we go back to it when me and you first met, right? We first met at LA Fitness on 48th
Fitness.
Street in Chandler.
Yep.
Right?
Back in the day.
How long ago that was?
Hey, I want to say like more than 20 years, right? It gotta be like. Well, when did you first come out here?
Well, yeah, I'm not as old as you though, so like that.
Barely though.
You said 20 years.
Yeah,
people
20,
looking
but
like
barely though. So like, what you 40?
who?
You 40?
I just turned 29.
Boy, these boys be lying. Boy, they put some Beijing and they put some of that Beijing in their beards. Y'all let mine go gray. You
I
put
see that. I'm about to say, bro,
Beijing in that beard, and now you 29.
Oh, man, I'm Chris, man. This all regular right here, man. I
I'll
don't know what
say,
you're
man,
talking about.
I don't know what this dude talking
So-
about. We met in the gym. He couldn't get picked up. I said, yo, little bro, you want to get picked up? Pick a little bro up. Carried him through the whole day. We winning because of me. Everybody knows that it ain't. It's,
Okay, so
they know.
They already know you ain't a true hooper. But as I start, we start playing or whatever. We kind of get cool. We start knowing each other. But I didn't never know for the longest what you do.
You still don't be knowing. You ask me that all the time.
I don't.
What do
but,
you do?
But yeah, it
Just
really
do it.
got to me when I seen you, and then I seen you one time at the gym. You had pulled up in the Maybach, then you pulled up in the Lamborghini, then you pulled up. I'm like, hold up, man.
That was a Camry, probably.
What do he do?
Nah.
And then a lot of people that used to play basketball was like, man, what do Cam do? It was like, he's not, like, he move on his own.
Right.
Like, he's not wearing a suit. He's not a lawyer. He's not an attorney.
Right.
Like, what did this dude really do?
Right. Well, so like I gotta give you like the backstory, kind of like like lots of that people don't know.
Okay.
Okay. So like, I played basketball when I was high school, went to JUCO, stuff like that. Came back here, didn't get my grades together, whatever. So my basketball dream was over with. You know what I'm saying? So while me and you was playing in the gym and doing all that kind of stuff like that, I also had like 7, 8 kids, about 7 kids at that time while we was at the gym, you know what I'm saying?
So when you say at that time,
at that time, you know what I'm saying, been a gang of more after that, but I had about 6 or 7 kids around that time. So that was probably like in like 04, 03 probably. Yeah, 03, 04. So I had a bunch of kids. I never graduated high school, I never graduated college. So a lot of people kind of think that like, they don't know like my whole like story, you know what I'm saying? Like
I didn't know that. You
all right. I tell people that all the time though, but like, I posted it sometimes too, like for like kind of like motivation for certain people, but I didn't graduate high school.
And you don't feel ashamed of that?
Hell nah.
Nah?
I put like this, when I was one of the reasons why I started my own business was because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
like it's a whole story about that too, like about not the graduation part, but like I got a GED and all that kind of stuff like that, and then that. Like the place burned down. It's just crazy. So I never went back and did it again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the stuff wasn't saved on like a disc. You know what I'm saying? Or like a floppy disk at that time. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I didn't graduate. I didn't graduate college. Didn't graduate high school. So like if you looked at that time, like like it's just tell you like a high school graduate would never make more than like at the time like $12.50 because minimum wage probably was like $4, $5 at that time. Right. So it was like you'll never make it. These phones. Like you would never make it. You never make more than $12.50 an hour. Like never, no matter what. So one of the reasons why I was like, I can probably start my own business and stuff, and I could probably make like $15. You know what I'm saying? Right. I felt like I had exceeded what society said that I could do. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think the first time I did a basketball camp, I did a summer camp on Gila River Reservation. I did a summer camp for 3 weeks. I did basketball, soccer, and football on the reservation. They paid me $8,000 for 3 weeks. So to me, that was like, oh, this is for real. You know what I'm saying? Like owning my own businesses and stuff that's crazy. Owning my own business and stuff like that was like, I can do it, and I can make more money than what they had told me. You know what I'm saying? What society was saying, like the ceiling.
Right.
And working for yourself, you kind of realize that there really is no ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to work harder, I can make more.
Gotcha.
Compared to going to work every day for these people that told me I could never make more than $12.50. You know what I'm saying? And then they had justification behind it because they could say, the qualifications you don't meet. So that's kind of where I started. And then we did the group home in 05.
But before you go there, so when you realized you wanted to start your own business, what made you decide, hey, I want to start my own business in group homes?
I was working in group homes, so I got a job. My homegirl, she hit me up. And she was like, I work at this group home, whatever they hiring, and and I was like, okay, like that, like I don't know nothing about it, but they pay you good, and then you work the overnights. So I was like, all right, they can probably pay you probably around 10 or something like that, and you work overnight. So I was like, oh, cool, like I'll do that. I got my kids in daytime, I can hoop and stuff like that I gotta do, and then I can go, go to work. So I did that, and then my kid's mom at the time, she was a credentialing specialist for Magellan, you know what I'm saying? So she knew all the paperwork, and I knew how to actually run the actual house.
Right.
So we kind of collaborated together, and we did the group home. But yeah, so just working in Devereaux, working at Park Place, working at all these treatment centers, stuff like that, and then other little small group homes kind of helped me understand how to run my own. Right. So and I already knew getting the contacts and marketing. I just used the same stuff I used when I went to the tribes to go holler at them about the camp. You know what I'm saying? So it was the same exact thing. It just instead of saying sports, I was selling.
But you making this. All right, so people, he's making this seem he's being real modest right now. You making it seem like it's so simple though. I
think it is.
It's a lot of people out here that it's a cliche to a lot of people. Oh man, let's just go start group homes. Let's just go start group homes, right?
Right.
So you don't just have one group home.
I never had more than two.
I never had two. Okay, let me put it like this. But that's not your company though.
Right.
Right. It goes deeper than just group homes.
Right.
So how deep when we're talking about that whole thing about what is it, Price Family Services?
Yeah. So
right. So what is Price Family Services?
Price Family Services was a so I have a company. So my company is Direct Connect Ventures. That's the name of my actual company. So it has DBAs, the Price Family Services, Desert Footage Counseling. So go back to the group home stuff. We were Foundation for Arizona's Youth at that time, and that's what we just did group homes. It might seem like I'm making it easy, but in actuality, it kind of is. Once you kind of figure out the state, they give you that big old packet that's 4 inches wide. You know what I'm saying? And people see that, and then they get discouraged automatically. I don't know how to fill this out. Policy and procedure manual. I don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they kind of give up, because we were like that too. We're like, man, I don't know, I don't know what
Too much.
Yeah, and then it's but once you read it and once you understand that policy and procedures is, you're just pretty much rewording everything that they have in there. They're giving you the rules, they're giving you everything that's in there. You can just reword it to your own, especially now with AI, you can literally just drag and drop and make them scramble it, and you got it. You know what I'm saying? So I do consulting for that too. But anyway, so I gotta throw that in there. But so once we master that in our mind, that this was kind of set up to make us, to discourage us and for us not to jump into it because it's lucrative.
Right.
We got past that. You know what I'm saying? We lived in the house, so we were literally getting the house. So we had an inspection day, right? So we had inspection day, let's say June 1st. So literally me and my kid's mom, we all lived in the house. And then once they're okay, we're coming June 1st. So the day before that, we put all of our personal stuff in the garage, locked the door, and we made it look like it was ready for a group home, which it was. But then once we got licensed, you know, we still moved our stuff back in there, lived in there, and then once we started getting referrals, you know what I'm saying? That's when we moved everything out and it was a group home, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm sorry, take that back. Once we got licensed, we took all our stuff out and we moved out, you know what I'm saying? Then once we got our first client, then, you know, we got the first client within, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks of us being open, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was tough, but it wasn't, I mean, we had jobs and all that kind of stuff, but it wasn't hard.
when did you get to the point where you knew like I got a business, like a real, like
I think I had about $15,000 in my bank account. I think no. I think that's when I probably thought I was balling right there. But I think the time I really felt like it was a business was when I hired like my first staff. I think when I hired him, I think that was like, oh, okay, this is like for real, because like my days consisted of, and I mean, you know, I grew up, so you know, like my days consisted of, I worked overnights. So once the kids, I worked, well, pretty much all day. So once the kids went to school at 7, then I would go market, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They get out at 3, I pick them up, and then till 11, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then I would stay over, and I would probably go home, maybe for a little bit, eat dinner, something like that. My kid's mom would take over for a couple hours. Then I would relieve her, and then I would, you know what I'm saying, go do the same thing. So I did that for about like 3 months, just me, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I went her home with the kids, and I just sit there and just focus on, you know, building that marketing part. Remember, but I've been marketing way before that. Before I was even licensed, you know what I'm saying? I was marketing. Like I was in every reservation. I was in all these like rural counties, you know, drumming up business, you know, all the time. Like, I'll be back. Once we get licensed, I'll be back. Then they all knew. So when I came back, you know, 4 months later with a license, they kind of knew me.
But how did you know what to say? If, like you said, I'm gonna keep going back to it. If you didn't graduate high school, you didn't graduate college, and everybody said that's what you got to go to be successful. How did you know how to market? How did you know what to tell those people?
I'll be blunt. Like, I mean, I got a bunch of baby mamas, so I mean, I was good with my mouth, you know, my mouthpiece, you know what I'm saying? So I was good at telling lies and, you know, whatever I had to do to kind of get them to give me the chance, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when they gave me the chance, I delivered, you know? So like, they knew number one, they were going to see me and only me. They were only going to deal with me.
Right.
There was no like other, we'll speak to my coordinator. Well, I was a coordinator. I was the person who dealt with the kids. I was, you know what I'm saying? So they knew they had my phone number. They called me all times of the night. I was always at work. You know, I dealt with the parents, you know, I dealt with the children, I dealt with courts, I dealt with everything. So they knew like, oh, he knows everything about my client that's coming in there. So that was one thing. My kids were always safe. You know, that's numero uno. Dealing with anything I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? It's making sure the kids are safe. And a lot of them were like mostly there. They weren't really there for their behavior. They're really there for like, they're mostly kind of like, they're behavioral health kids, but mostly through like child welfare. You know what I'm saying? So they was removed from a situation, and then that situation led them to have behavioral health issues. So me making them feel safe, and most of them didn't always feel safe around men. You know what I'm saying? So when a case manager comes and sees that, you know, because we had females home for like forever, you know. So when they get those, you know, teenage girls and young girls who just got an abusive situation at home, where they seen it or they were, you know, offended or whatever they see that they're bonding with me in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Not in a father figure way, not into what, just like in an authority way, and also like loving. You know what I'm saying? They believed it, and they sent me clients for years and years and years and years and years. So all that stuff about you got to do all this and.
So I'm gonna speed all this up a little bit. I'm gonna speed this up. So one of the main reasons why I wanted you to come on and talk to you, like, and a lot of people don't know it. Can I get deep in your business?
Get in there.
So what a lot of people don't know, like when I met him and I really found out what he was doing, I was like, well, man, I think I want to do group homes.
Right.
And then I was like, all right, so I started researching. I'm looking. I was like, all right, this dude got group homes. He have a counseling service. He got a physical location in South Phoenix. He got a location in Cottonwood. Right. He was opening up another DTA. He was doing case management. Then I turn around and I'm like, okay, he's taking this stuff statewide. Then I look up, you got a dispensary in Oklahoma. Then I turn around
Totally separate businesses.
Total separate business. Then I look up again. I'm gonna keep going. Then
Right.
I look up again and I talk to you. Then he was like, "Hey man, I just brought this strip mall in Central Phoenix with about 6-7 buildings."
Nah, it's two.
Then I look up again and I come meet you at one of your other locations, next to Turo's. You got
Where?
next to Turo's across the street on like by 44th Street.
Oh, I know something. Yeah.
Then I come up there, you got an 8,000 square foot building where you the only one in there using one room.
Nah.
Then I look up, now you got a clothing brand that you just got started at the Biltmore.
Right.
So I'm sitting here and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, hold up, man. Like what am I missing? Right? So then I started thinking, I was like, man, this guy, he obviously figured something out. But I think a lot of people look at you on social media because you got this very playful personality. Like, you know, for the most part, you get along with a lot of people.
Right.
So a lot of time, I don't think people really know how smart you are.
I like that.
So at first, I used to take you for granted. I'd be like, man, shit, he just trying to find some ass, or he just looking like whatever. But one time when I actually came and I sat down with you and like you really talked to me and like bro, if you want to do this, like, hey, this is what it is. Hey, call this person. I got an attorney. I got an accountant. I got a CPA. Like, you ain't charged me nothing. Like, you just gave me all free game. Like, all free game. And when I went to looking at it, I was like,
and you ran with it.
I was like, okay, all right. And then when I went to calling these people, they was like, oh yeah, if Cam sent you, I got you. And then I was like, hold up, man, this don't seem right. For one, because just being, you know, as a black man to another black man.
It should seem right.
Right? But that's what I'm saying. But from one black man to another, we're never trying to see each other prosper. Because a lot of time, you know, when you're looking at our same race, it's like, oh, I can't give you this game because you probably going to do better than I do.
Right.
So I want to kind of start getting into a lot of that,
Okay.
you know, and just see, you know, and not just for as a race thing, but just in general, like when we're looking at the whole scope of business and especially as a community, especially here in Arizona, why can't a lot of us work together to become more successful? So that'll be my first question to you. When we're looking at the scope of things overall from Arizona, right? Why is it so hard for us to collaborate? Why is it so hard for businesses to work together to be prosperous?
I'll start like this. Like you, me and you together. We're in a group. You know what I'm saying? That we were in. You know what I'm saying? And we tried that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I would say it just depends on the group. It's like you might get in a group with, you know, I know people that's in like, you know, Kappas and their little group don't work out. You know, I know people that's in Elks or Legion. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always gonna be like you gotta find the right mix because you could have 10 people and then one person not doing their job or not really in it for the right reasons that can mess up the whole entire thing. And then that's one thing, you gotta get the right group. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to have a group of black dudes doing stuff like that, but if it ain't the right group, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It just can't because so everybody wants different things. You gotta want the same thing. And just I want everybody to be prosperous ain't the same thing because somebody you're like
no, come on, man, listen. Stop sugarcoating stuff right now. Stop sugarcoating stuff. Let's talk details right now.
Okay.
Let's talk details.
I would say mainly like my dealing with anyone in Arizona is dudes who from Arizona. So like you're not from Arizona. I ain't from Arizona. Any person that I've dealt really real business with in the state have not been from Arizona. So that's number one. Like dudes from Arizona, and I don't care how they take it. Like they just want to be the man next to the man. They don't want to be the man. They don't want to do the hard work and stuff like that. That's why when you think about it, think of all the guys that came and went here in this city that was on top. I remember them all from when I was younger. None of them are from Phoenix. None of these big business guys are from Phoenix. And it's like, I don't know why, but I just know like me, like I said, like I come from California. You know, my family is originally from St. Louis in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like entrepreneurs. My great grandmother owned like a bakery. You know what I'm saying? And my great grandfather was like a bootlegger, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a, you know, they were sharecroppers that moved to the big city, St. Louis, you know, to get jobs at the warehouses and stuff like that and build cars. My uncle worked at Chrysler, you know what I'm saying, Aerojet, 2 jobs his whole life, like big giant, you know, corporations like that. You know, he had a Benz, you know what I'm saying? A 190, you know, I seen nice things. So I knew, like, you know, how you got to get it. My father, you know what I'm saying? My stepfather who raised me, who was my father, you know, he showed me, like, work. You know what I'm saying? He worked at Joe Dynamics. He worked at Hughes. I knew what a man is supposed to do, you know, regardless of having kids and all that kind of stuff like that. But I don't think a lot of these people here have that in them. You know what I'm saying? Just they don't have it because how many they put everything into, you know, they kids in AAU basketball and all this football and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they wouldn't do that same thing to have their kid in the STEM program, you know, or like get them like get them help them get a BSN or you know what I'm saying, like really, you know, help them in all different kind of ways. They rather gamble on the basketball, gamble on the football. But you know, like my daughter gonna be a nurse. You know what I'm saying? My son get a degree in marketing. Like my other daughter, esthetician, beautician. Like
so what made you? What opened you to be willing to give me free game and to help me? Like, what was so different about me? Or is that just you in general?
That just me in general.
Can anybody come to you and you just gonna give them free game?
They could have. You know what I'm saying? They could have. But you gotta think like just how me and you probably talking at the gym most likely.
Right.
So it wasn't like you was the only person I was talking to at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like then probably you and 5, 6 other guys that I talked to for years and years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Now they didn't. You know, I this is one thing I hate about like people asking me for help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I hate people that can't get from point A to point B. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say go, if I like you just eloquently explained it. When I say, hey, go down there, get your the packet, the licensing packet.
Right.
Go get that. Go holler at people about the insurance. You know what I'm saying? Then that's where you start. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go find your payer first. Like go talk to the Rebus, go talk to the health insurance plans. Ask them, you know, I need a network analysis. You got to ask all these questions first before you jump into it. So I'm helping you before that, right?
Right.
And then they don't even do that, you know? So it's like, but you go do it. So then I'll keep helping other people. Because I see there are some people that's going to listen. Now, if everybody I help and they don't never do nothing, I ain't helping no more. I mean, that's how I feel now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much out of the behavioral health, the mental health, the physical health side of business now. Now I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Like I never thought being in business for 20 years, like literally I just don't care about helping no one.
So you're not in the healthcare industry no more?
No. I mean I do for consulting stuff, like, you know, like it's like healthcare, like systems building, stuff like that. Like you got a new clinic, you're looking to do, you know, add behavioral health, mental health into your practice. You need help with licensure, you need help with like, you know, just systems as far as like payroll, like building all that kind of stuff, getting contracted, getting credentialed, like that kind of stuff, I'm cool with. I do that in my sleep.
Right.
But as far as like doing the day-to-day service of like really caring, like not really caring, but really delivering the delivery of services, I'm just not into it no more. I don't want to do it no more. I'd rather, like I said, write the.
So you set yourself up to be able to walk away from that because healthcare is a lucrative business.
Right.
So for you to say that you're no longer in it no more, like what are some other things you got going on that was able to assist you from walking away from that?
I mean, like the most successful thing I've ever had was healthcare. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna front. But at the same time, like I've done like, I don't want to talk about numbers, but you know, like I've done stuff to where I've made enough, and then once you finish paying taxes, payroll, this and that, rents, all the stuff like that, it's the same as me sitting at the Biltmore all day selling clothes. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, like no, not really, but it's enough. Like, you know, I got to pay my mortgage, I got that apartment that I can't anyway. So I didn't even talk about that. But my mortgage, my rent, and my car, that's it. I mean, that's not even my car, it's my son's car. So I have no other bills, you know what I'm saying? My buildings I own outright. You know, like I can DDD.
So you basically set yourself up right now. Like all of the stuff you've done for the healthcare for the last 20 years, you basically set yourself up now to where in a sense you can be a minimalist, but still be super comfortable.
Well, I mean, I still got to work. Like I ain't gonna front. Like I got $10 million sitting back somewhere. No, I don't have that. I'm being 100% honest. But like me, I just think that like the things that I thought that I needed to be like pretty much like everybody's have their own what's the name of success. Since I was a baby, like since I was little, you ask my mom, like always want to have 10 kids. I got that. I always wanted to have 11 actually, but I always wanted to have. I always wanted to be a businessman. You know, I always wanted that. You know, I always wanted to be able to go to Brazil. I haven't went yet, but I can go whenever I want. You know, I've always wanted to do certain things, see the world, and I've been doing that. So to me, it's like now it's like, I mean, I got my house. You know what I'm saying? I got my property. You know what I'm saying? And I got like, you know, I got my health. I got my children. So it's kind of like I got a lucid. I got all the things that most people are, you know, trying to get. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm at the point where I don't need nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do want a Cybertruck, a King front, Tesla. If you see this, you want to be nice and, you know, let that credit number slide and let me get that financing. I'll gladly take that Cybertruck. But that's it. I don't really have nothing else I really want. You know what I'm saying? My kids are pretty much grown, except for my babies and stuff like that. They're gonna be smooth. So I don't have nothing. You know, I don't need nothing else. Like
So you had all your fun.
had all my fun.
You did all your thing. So how many more kids you looking to have? What?
None, dog. I don't have no more kids. I got a 1-year-old baby that is that's a lot.
So
know
now
what I'm saying?
you got 12.
11, dog. 11.
11.
Yeah, 11. And then I got a grandbaby. So my
So
grandbaby.
you 11. How many? You got 11 that you're claiming. Why are you laughing?
How many you claiming, dog?
I'm just trying to be
How
clear.
many you claiming, dog?
I'm just trying to be
I'm just
clear.
sure. How many in Louisiana you got?
I'm just hey, I'm asking the questions.
Okay. All right.
I just asked.
I only got 11. Trust me. If they could have came out the woodworks and got on me about this kid, they would have been did that. You know what I'm saying?
So
but I have no more kids.
So I got a question for you, man. So if they got, what would you tell your younger self? Like if you had, with the knowledge you have right now, if you go back 20-something odd years, what's some advice that you would give your younger self?
I would my first thing would be like with my family. That's the first thing I would change. I would I wouldn't focus. I would make my children and people around me more appreciative of me and not just like things. I wouldn't give them things. I would give them experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like I took my kids to Paris and Amsterdam last summer, Jamaica the year before that, you know, Mexico the year before. So like that's what I would pour more into them. I'll pour more into like I'll pour more into understanding them. You know what I'm saying, and making them understand hard work and, you know, sacrifice and dedication. And I'll pour that. I wouldn't spoil them. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the number one thing, because, you know, all this stuff could be going tomorrow, and I gotta deal with these damn kids. You know what I'm saying? So business wise, okay.
So I know we gotta wrap up in a minute, but I want you to
Yeah,
go
it
a
was
little
like
bit.
a 5 minute thing. What is this? What kind of dang? What kind of show is this?
So I want you to go a little bit deeper on that though.
Okay.
So a lot of people, like, they want to get rich, they want to get wealthy, they want to get, you know, the business, to get all that, to get all of these lavish things, to do all of those things. But it's interesting you say if you could tell your younger self, it's more about family.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say nothing else about the whole, so like what's your, I heard Kevin Hart say something before, like, it ain't fun being the only one having money.
It's not.
At the top. So is being well off, having lots of money, what it's cracked up to be?
I mean, it is in certain ways, and it ain't in other ways. Like, I think when you first get it, when you first become, like I said, there's that survivor's remorse. Like, I got friends, like, you know, they was my dog. Like, they not really my dogs anymore. Or, like, we have, like, unresolved issues, you know what I'm saying, about that. You know, like, about, like, I wasn't the one to make it, and they necessarily weren't. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I think we got past that, but we had to go through that. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, like, and like, I don't feel like, you know, jealousy to me, or maybe not jealousy, might be saying the wrong word, but jealousy to me is not a bad thing. It's just when you put it into, you know what I'm saying? Like, to think of somebody and be like, damn, I want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see you with a motorcycle, I'm like, I don't ride but I'm like, damn, I want that motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not bad to say that or have that feeling like, damn, I really want it too, you know, whatever. But once it becomes like verbal, or my actions show that like I'm it's all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that part.
Have you lost a lot of friends on your journey?
No, I don't think I lost a lot of friends. I just think I lost a few. Because like I said, they most of them are Arizona dudes, so like they real like little, you know what I'm saying, like small, like you know what I'm saying, like you go to Louisiana, Cali, St. Louis, New York, they're looking to snake you on a bigger scale, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
like they gonna snake you, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Here they just like $150 type, like you did all that to, I've been like you did all that to get $150. Man, I'm dead serious. Like I can tell you the exact thing, but it's just like that's what you did all that for.
Right.
So to me, like, yeah, I mean, no, they weren't really my friends anyway. I got some real true friends, you know what I'm saying? That, like I said, we went through it. So I even through the business and through personal whatever, like they still my friends. So and I ain't no saint in them relationships either.
So I always like to call a thing on my shows like leave the audience with like a gem. Like it's kind of like a gem, a stone.
Okay.
So if you can think of all of your experience going back 20 years, right? From an entrepreneur standpoint, like what is one or two things that you really think that if for young kids that's looking, say they're graduating high school and they say, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be a business owner. Like what are a couple things that's very universal to a business owner that you think that they can take into going into adulthood?
For young kids, I'm gonna use this one thing, and then I hope it don't go too long, but it shouldn't go long. It's probably about 2 minutes, okay? Right. So I've been all around the world. I've been in like 15, 16 countries, right? I've been to Bali, I've been to South Africa, I've been to Ghana, I've been to Morocco, Germany, Luxembourg, Paris, all these different Thailand, all these different countries, right?
Right.
All these different places, right? And this is the one thing that all young kids in here in America need to understand. This is the only country in the world where you can walk outside and become a millionaire. This is the only country in the world. I'm not talking about England, none of that shit. This is the only country in the world where you can walk outside and say, you know what? I'm gonna be a millionaire today. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually can happen. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity, that's what I would leave them with. You got so much opportunity here that you just take all of it for granted. You go to Bali, go to Jamaica, you go to South Africa, Ghana, all them, it's the same exact thing. Everything is like through a family. You know what I'm saying? You can't, it's no individual. No individual in all those countries makes it to be anything. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk out of a house in Ghana and like, I'm going to be a millionaire. Hell no. What, you going to marry an American woman or something? That's the only opportunity you can. We have so much opportunity here. We need to look at everything as not being opportunistic, but just look at everything as an opportunity. So everything is a positive, Anything you want to do, you can do it. It's really nothing's holding you back. I told my daughter, she go to Southern, I'm like, dude, she called me about money all every dang on day. Like, okay, why don't you build up your following and go get NIL money? Dad, wait, it's a kid in Africa right now doing cartwheels and flips, trying to build up his social media to get some money. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you think you got to do it? So that's what I would leave for everyone. Because like it's the thing in Jamaica they got. In Jamaica, you drive down you see a bunch of like houses, single story houses, right? And you'll see a few like 4 or 5 stories. So we're driving, I'm like, and then you see like these big old like things, pallets of like bricks. And like I saw that's in our driver, like why do they have those, like why the houses look like that? They just not finished building none of them.
Right.
And he was like, no, because like the parents build the first level, the first floor. Right. Then as the sons and daughters, stuff like that, they get older, they get their own family. The parents buy the pallet, and then they start building the second level. And then you start building the third level. And then you start putting a little store and a little shop in the front. And that's how you gain like any kind of like, upward mobility in your family. It's not no individual. It's a collective thing, and that's what these kids and a lot of people from America, a lot of people around here, they don't understand that. And that's the lesson I learned from there. That was in Bali, the same exact thing in Bali. I was like, why is this? And they're like, oh yeah, because the family did that. You know what I'm saying? Like they married a daughter off or whatever. They're not marrying a daughter off because they are trading like that because they care about the daughter. No, you're supposed to bring some money back to the family so the family can go up. They send them, like my baby mom, they sent them from Africa here to send money back to Africa so their family can go up because there's no other opportunity. There's nothing. So that's what I would leave all these kids and anyone, even my younger me, be more appreciative and of what you got, which is opportunity, which is, what I'm saying, a lot of people don't get that, you know what I'm saying?
That's hard too, man, because the thing here, And to me in America, they always say is, oh, when you're doing a business, you can't do business with family. So if that's the, a lot of people hear that,
Yeah.
oh man, don't go in business with your family. You can't go in business with your family. So if you're saying that in the other countries,
Yeah.
but when you grow up, you automatically, that's what you hear when you
Yeah.
grow up. Hey, don't go in business with your family. Don't go in business with your family. So
But the mind
they're
frame,
programmed for that.
yeah, but the mind frame is different. The mind, like I said, they all know, like our kids have so much opportunity, they don't even know it. They take all of it for granted. Those people, they don't have any little drop of opportunity. They're like, oh shit, like they know it. They know it. That's why they doing scams and everything. They know any little thing you can do to get over whatever they're gonna do it. And then they will bond together because they can look at every example of any of them getting out of there. It's only because they bond together. They go their money together, send this family back to America. This family is sending back $100 or $200 a month. You know how much money that is in Africa? You know how much that is in Eritrea? You know how much that is in Ghana? $200 a month. South Africa, that's crazy money. You know what I'm saying? So that literally pays for everybody, all those kids in that little village to go to school. All them kids in school, then what they can do? Then they get visas, they come to America. They get doctors and become lawyers. You know what I'm saying? They get all this stuff. They become nurses mostly. Nurses. Now they sending $1,000 back a month. Now what happens to that? They build a school. You know what I'm saying? So they build hospitals. They come back and they donate. So like that kind of stuff, it happens. Like, yeah, you can do business. Like in America, you turn 18, supposedly they try to throw you out. They do, you know what I'm saying? They making you become an individual instead of like, and then our kids, like like an Asian family, the dad be like, y'all gonna stay here till whenever, and y'all gonna work at this nail shop from you 6 years old till you get married. And when you get married to that man, guess what? We gonna open up another nail shop. You and your sister go, you know what I'm saying? And then the parents retire and all the kids run on a nail shop. They just getting that cash. And them kids, they not getting no 1099. They not getting no paycheck. They parents is paying for everything up under them. It's different. My kids want to come and work for me. They want a paycheck, so they can eat it all up. I'm like, so I give you the paycheck. What you gonna do with the money? I'm gonna eat it all up, Dad. Okay, cool. I eat it all up and give it to Sheen. The Asian kids, their parents get them. What you need? Sheen, cool, $40. What you need? Gas? Here you go. Like that. They control it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I never did with my kids, but that's what I said earlier. I would instill in them a whole different mind frame from the get. You're not getting anything. You know what I'm saying? Which I try to make my kids earn it just through grades, but I should have made them earn it through like all kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing should have been easy. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going on vacation unless they earn it.
That's deep, man. I'm gonna have to get you to come back on, man. That's deep, man. It's a lot, I think, that we need to learn, be more educational,
Right.
And especially people that's in a position like ourselves that are entrepreneurs and that have had some success, to be able to have a platform to be able to talk, help one another, do different things, right? So before I go, I always do this thing called rapid fire.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I'm gonna spitball some questions out, and then the first thing that come to your head is gonna be mixed with personal and business. I'm gonna switch both of them up, so you can't think.
Hold on, you said my other business, but if you didn't say Supreme Water, either we got the water. So just go.
Hey, if you want to look here, we have Supreme Water right here. Take a look here, Supreme Water. This is another one of his business ventures.
Alkaline, with infused with electrolytes, so it's really good for you.
Right. Also, he just opened up a new spot at the Biltmore.
Right.
What's the name of it?
Hesperia.
Yeah. Go check it out. Some of the hottest brands there. Right. Man, hey, I actually went there last weekend.
Don't do that.
Hey, I went there and I waited outside 2 hours before they opened so I could be the first one there. Am I lying?
Yeah, then he left, but go ahead.
I left because after a while I was like, all right, so hey, rapid fire, right? So like I said, these would be personal and this would be business as well.
Okay.
Right? So first question, how old are you?
44.
All right. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
All right. So if you can go anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
So many places. I'm going to Milan Monday. Where do I go?
Quick.
Damn. Tulum.
All right. Are you single?
Yeah. Always.
Will you ever be married?
Yeah. Always.
All right. What is the most important aspect of marketing?
I would say building the relationship with your customers, building a good relationship with them.
Okay. Do Cam have any regrets?
Yeah. She's a white girl that lives in Kansas City. Shouldn't have said. No, shout out to her though.
I You really just said that.
I love my son. Though.
What is the most rewarding thing about being an entrepreneur?
Getting to freedom, getting to do what you want to do, pretty much. Like I don't have to be at work at no certain time and all that kind of. Just the freedom of it. That's what I like.
All right. What is Cam's favorite food?
Barbecue chicken.
All right.
Yeah.
If there's a young lady out there watching this and she wants to take Cam to a restaurant, what restaurant?
I just went to Global Ambassador the other day. It's fire. She want to take me to a nice restaurant. I can't name one really off the top of my mind. Capitol Grill is fire though. I would say somewhere where there's fire wings. If they got some wings in there, hey, I'm wherever got wings at pretty much. I don't need no steak. I need them wings. Them wings.
Your
is fire.
favorite basketball team?
Lakers. Duh.
Football team?
USC football team.
All right. So, if your life depended on it, and man, you had to play 1-on-1
Oh God.
in basketball today, who winning?
Me. Obviously, my life depends on it, but I'll smack you just for the fun
All
of
right,
it.
cut it. That's it. That's right. We're done. He's hallucinating. It's getting too warm in the building.